What's up, this is TCG here and welcome back to our TCG video on my channel. Today we're checking out Japan Championships 2024. It actually happened a couple of days ago, so I'm very excited to be watching the finals. I haven't watched it yet, so I'm gonna see who is gonna be coming out on top. Raging Bolt Ogerpon, it is not a joke, the hype is real, up against Lugia VSTAR, which is of course emerged from the Twilight Masquerade set with the help of Legacy Energy and being able to use Iron Hands. Yeah, also be sure to hit that subscribe button. You're gonna get daily Pokemon TCG videos over here that you don't want to be missing out on. We are slowly but steadily making our way to 70,000 subscribers, so I want to thank every single person out there that is watching the daily content. So it's gonna be a best of 3 series. This is the final match of the Japan Championships 2024. Lugia VSTAR versus Raging Bolt Ogerpon. I'm very glad that Raging Bolt Ogerpon is not a joke because I love Turbo Deck. So let's check out the prize card here in this first game. 2 missed energies, but that's alright. Squawkabilly is priced. I don't even know if they're playing 1 or 2 Squawkabillies. We're also going to be checking out the winning lists after we see who won. So we're going to be checking out the first place winning list as well as the second place winning list. That's going to help you, of course, if you're wanting to make these decks yourself for NAIC, you can just instantly see what the fuzz is all about. I wonder if they're going to be playing the Wellspring Ogerpon EX over in the Lugia deck, which always seems like a way you can have some surprising win conditions because double turbo energy and the attack SOP can be really exciting for sure. And as always, if you guys are excited for more content, let me know by rocking the hell out of the like button. Only requires 1 tiny second of your time. So we are awaiting the match to start, and as soon as the game is on, we're gonna be seeing how these Twilight Masquerade decks face off against each other, because the first tournament that is going to be, of course, Twilight Masquerade legal is going to be NAIC, and also in June there will be no CP awarding events besides the NAIC, so it's gonna be very tricky for sure. It's gonna be season break, I would say, and then in July the new season starts off. Okay, looks like Raging Bolt Ogerpon is going first. We do see the ability already from the Teal Mask Ogerpon EX, accelerating a grass synergy as well as drawing a card. There is that Nazball. I wonder if they're gonna be, of course, seeing that their Squawkabilly is prized, because that's actually a really huge Pokemon. On the other hand, they can of course take 3 prize cards if they knock it out with an Iron Hand. So yeah, they're gonna be just checking and scouting what is prized. Also, you should note there was 2 grass energies prized if I'm not mistaken, so not too much around. And I also see in this list that they're playing Pokemon Catcher, so a little bit YOLO, high roll behavior, but if it works out, oh boy is it powerful, because that means you can gust well, of course, using Professor Sada's Vitality, which is a supporter you mainly use in a deck like this. The deck is drawing tons and tons of cards. You have Radiant Greninja, you have Teal Mask Ogerpon, you have Pokestop, you have the Sada. So I don't even know if they're playing Trekking Shoes or not, but there's a lot of drawing in a deck like this, and I couldn't be any happier to see this at the top tables. As always, Radiant Greninja, one of the strongest Radiant Pokemon around. We see that concealed cards, drawing 2 cards. Let's see what they are packed with. I see a Sada and another Nazball here. They're also playing the 1 price Sandy Shocks, which actually can slap that, I think, 90 damage if there's at least 3 energies in play. So that's going to be interesting as a 1 price Pokemon. Raging Bolt also being slapped up on the bench, and that's where the turn ends. Now to the Lugia VSTAR player. They're actually having to read that 1 price Sandy Shocks. It is of course very sufficient, and it's going to be the way you beat stuff like Mimikyu, because with Super Rod, with the help of the Sandy Shocks, Mimikyu is not causing any trouble. So you do see actual coin flipping over in the West. You don't see that very often, like we decide the outcome of a coin flip through the means of rolling a die, and that's actually what's not happening here in this final. So let's see here. We do see Legacy Energy brings new life into the Lugia that's already being eyed upon, and you actually have, of course, a heads on that Capturing Aroma. Probably gonna be, of course, an Archeops, depending on if they have ways to discard it. They have more Capturing Aroma, so it's just gonna be probably also eyeing up the Jamming Tower, which is going to be able to shut down any tool card from having an effect, which actually could help out because Raging Bolt players do play Bravery Charm as an HP buffing tool. Iron Hands also in the deck, and that could help out if you want to like take 3 prize cards eventually onto something like, or actually 2 prize cards on a Radiant Greninja, or if you're not got an EX, you get 3 prize cards. But more importantly, I think Cinccino will be the star of the show here in this matchup, as of course a 1 prizer being able to take down 2 prizers, because the Ogerpon Raging Bolt consists mainly of 2 prize Pokemon. Here comes Lugia. Oh, actually, was it a Tails? Okay. It was a Tails. So Lugia's already there. So the second capturing aroma. Up, there they go. I wonder if it's heads or tails. Is it heads or tails? They're gonna have to reflip again. Okay. And that's why you don't flip coins and roll die instead. Okay. Here we go. It is a heads, meaning Archeops will now come from the deck. And then they do have, I think, Ultra Ball in hand to discard at least one of them. Yeah, they're debating which one. Yeah, just take Archeops and then use Ultra Ball instantly. No need to reshuffle here. They're checking out their hand, but I think more important, yeah, just take that Archeops, use Ultra Ball for Archeops on something else, and you might even go, depends on if they have a supporter in hand, for Lumineon to actually get yourself the discard effect. Lumineon research could be a thing because they are actually going second, the new Carmine supporter. I don't know if they're playing that, haven't seen it quite yet, but most likely at least one, right? So let's figure out together what they decide to eye upon with that Ultra Ball. And we of course have to give some huge shout out to the sleeve artworks that they tend to use over in the East. Very cool to see that lots of like pro players out there opt to go and use the official Pokemon sleeves, which actually have very great quality from the Pokemon Center, not like the ETB sleeves that we come to accustom with. So okay, here we go. What did they get with the Ultra Ball? I should have seen that, but oh, we'll have to figure it out together here. So there's two Lugia. They're afraid of a Pokemon catcher. So they're going for safety measures, going for Jet Energy, and they're actually going to be reading the wind instead and slapping down other Lugia here. Then going for Read the Wind, draw 3 cards. I probably would have gone for that Lumineon play, but hey, let's see what it is. Minccino with another capturing aroma and Iono in that hand. And now it is up to the Raging Bolt player. The cool thing is, you always have to be afraid because not only does Raging Bolt play the Pokemon catchers, but also the Prime catcher can be drawn out of nowhere. And then if you only have one Lugia, yeah, you definitely should have gone for like 2 Lugia. But on the other hand, could have gotten a Lugia if you used Lumineon for research. But yeah, there's that. Okay, there is Professor Sada. 2 Grass Energies currently in play, but that's not what you want, I would say. They're actually playing it slow. Let's see here. They have Superior Energy Retrieval. Okay. That's a card you don't see very often, but it does have synergy by discarding the energies to instantly have effect of something like a Sada if you would want it. Okay, here they come with Nazball. Will it be another Teal Mask, Ogerpon? Yeah, that's definitely something they're thinking about here. Also, they used Sada onto the Sandy Sharks here, meaning they won't be able to get an attack off with Raging Bolt this turn, which makes me think it's gonna be pretty hard. It could, of course, use Steel Mask and then Prime Catcher or Pokemon Catcher the Minccino there, because as soon as you have 3 energies, you're slapping enough damage with the Steel Mask. They're actually going for Manual Retreat, going for that Raging Bolt, and they're passing? What? What's going on here? Yeah, they're asking how many cards they have in hand, and that looks like 7. 7 cards in hand, nothing being able to do here. So you see, without the power of Squawkabilly early on, you might have situations like that, and that's why I'm actually all going with like 2 copies of Squawkabilly, because you want to be going turbo in every single game, and if Squawkabilly is priced, you're not able to do so. Now with Lugia having more and more time, I wonder how this will develop, because with Lugia having more time, they can actually start swinging with potentially a Cinccino if they are able to get another Archeops in that discard pile and finding a Lugia. If not, they can still read the wind again, but this is the 2 prize raise, right? You go 2-2-2, but Lugia has full control on going for, like, here you go, a random 1 prize Cinccino. And even then, they could also get the Legacy Energy equipped here, so Lugia can turn itself into a 1 prizer. Okay, here they go. They are, yeah, slowly but steadily taking a look at their deck. So the Lumineon was in there. I should have used, I probably would have used that last turn, but hey, now you're in a situation you probably have to like read the wind again. Is that, yeah, the capturing aroma? That was the capturing aroma. Either the Ghetsis. Oh, actually they're playing the Flutter Mane for the potential Iron Thorns. The Flutter Mane now being, yeah, sought currently, so they're actually putting it in hand. They're not going for Lumineon. They're actually afraid to slap down any Lumineon in play. You could Lumineon and just go crazy aggressive. Just saying. But they're playing it slow. There is going to be another Read the Wind, getting rid of the Flutter Mane. Okay, and at one point also Bloodmoon Ursaluna could be like really impactful. There's Cinccino, another Capturing Aroma, and a DTE. Yeah, I wonder why they don't go for Lumineon. Lumineon, research, get your board developed, slap the first Raging Bull with a Cinccino. Maybe they are afraid they're running out of energies or something, but they're playing it steadily slow. Slow but steadily. Does slow and steadily win the race? If you wonder what card that is, that's actually a Palpad. Actually, is it? No, it's a Pokegear. It is a Pokegear, sure. And they were able to find Sada. So now the Raging Bull gets a Grass Energy. That's definitely not what you want to see. Again, this is going slow. Now that is a Palpad in hand. You do have acceleration through the means of Teal Mask. Where are the fighting energies? Where are the Earthen Vessels? Like, the Earthen Vessels is definitely something you need here, because these are like so many turns that both players do nothing. And I wonder what the deal is. There's another Ultra Ball here. Still no Earthen Vessel. Look at all these dead cards. Pokemon Catcher, Superior Energy Retrieval, a Palpad, an Ultra Ball. Yeah. They're gonna Palpad again, put the Sada back in, I suppose. Actually putting two Sadas in, because the Pokegear found a Sada, so you actually play two Sadas and not being able to get an attack off. That's ridiculous. You do need to draw power off something like a Squack ability to just find Earthen Vessels to just get yourself going, because now it is not looking. You have like 65 minutes up on the clock, by the way, if you were wondering how much time they had for this best of 3. So it is the finals of the Japan Championships, and we will have a winner eventually, because these are like typically fast decks. Like, this is like turn 3 and nothing happening for the Raging Bull players. Like, crazy. Where is the Earthen Vessel? Yeah, the commentators also stating it down here. Where is the Earthen Vessel? They're just passing again. Are they not like discarding their entire hand? Also, something you could do is that Burst Roar attack, discard your hand, draw 6. Also, they don't seem to be going for that, since they have something like Prime Catcher and they're going to go 2/2/2. Yeah, both players are playing it way too safe. I'm like actually a player going very aggressively. I would have Lumineon there. If I were the Lugia player, I would have like gone for like the Burst Roar, even getting rid of stuff to just be the first person getting 2 prize cards. But they're playing it safe. Here comes Capturing Aroma again. There is another Minccino. I do love the split line between two Minccinos of 70 HP and one Minccino of 60 HP as the perfect split, because Dracopult is still lurking around there in the shadows, and I don't know how popular Dracopult will actually be at NAIC. We'll have to figure it out. Maybe people will have figured out what the best way to play it is. Xatu, Pidgeot, both, maybe with Bibarel, you don't know. There is the Archeops. And what's gonna happen now? They're searching their deck once more. Oh, is that a Jacq? Looks like a Jacq to me, right? Do they have Ultra Ball here? They have Cinccino. And is there an Ultra Ball, or is it going to be Read the Wind? There's Lugia V STAR potentially, which can summon one Archeops. Well, summoning one Archeops seems bad. So, an attachment and then Read the Wind for the Archeops? I guess. DTE coming onto the Cinccino. They still have to shuffle. Yeah, I was going to point that out as well. Yeah, these judges really look carefully on the board. Hopefully nothing goes wrong. It's also nice that we are able to, of course, watch these championships unfold. Like, the digital age is here. Almost every important event is being, of course, streamed, live streamed, that is, which is great. Pokegear again. It's probably gonna be a Sada, but still no fighting type energies. So what's going on there? Yo, they have Boss's Orders. What could you do with that? You can switch card. Where's the fighting energy, man? Also don't see any lightning energies, so not a lot that could happen here. This seems very strange. Okay, they have Sada again. Lightning energy. Okay, we're getting somewhere. The lightning energy is in the discard pile. 1, 2, 3. They need fighting energy to start really doing something. Lightning energy. No, where's the fighting energy? Ah, dang. Oh yeah, there were 2 prized. So, and also a vessel. So finding the fighting energies is gonna might up costing them the game because they still... Oh, they have Vessel. All right, finally. Finally, we're gonna be seeing the first 2 prize KO from Raging Bolt. Lugia could still respond with Cinccinos and Iono, so they could still go either way, but Raging Bolt player definitely need to attack way earlier in order to have a shot at the game, because as mentioned, these Steel Mask Ogerpons can get one-shotted by Tempest Dive, these Raging Bolts can get one-shotted by Cinccino, so definitely with some Iono spams showing up in the mix, you never know where it ends. Okay, Teal Mask, draw 1, there they go. Fighting type energy onto the Sandy Shocks. They're gonna try, they're gonna prime catcher the Cinccinos. They can target down the Lugias later, I suppose. There's gonna be a 1-prizer eating up a 1-prizer. Is that the route they wanna go for? Probably, otherwise you just lose the prize trade. Pokemon catcher is ahead, so the Cinccino with the DTE, they're probably gonna be going after the rats first. So saving the 2 prizers on the bench, and then the Sandy Shocks comes in first. Let's go. Because at one point, a Lugia will not be able to one-shot a Raging Bolt, which is great. So there is at least 3 energies in play, so the first attack will make quick work of that. Bam, I think it's 90 damage, which is it? Or is it just hitting for weakness? Or actually, it's the second attack, right? I think it's using the second attack. Whatever, the Cinccino is knocked out. Now it's all back to the Lugia player. They're actually wondering what to promote. They have Boss's Orders in hand, but they still have no Ultra Ball to get a second Archeops in that discard pile. So that looks pretty tricky. In the best case scenario, they top deck Ultra Ball and off they go. But currently, they're promoting Lugia. There they go. That Raging Bolt player has tons and tons of cards in hand. Still has access to the Prime Catcher and other Pokemon Catcher. So Gust inevitably is there. Here they come with V-Star. Yeah, both Archeops are there, so there we go. And what are they gonna do? They could Iono, I suppose, but Iono to 5 is not gonna be doing too much. There's the Archeops. I wonder why they didn't go for Cinccino. Maybe they didn't want to like boss up a Raging Bolt with the Cinccino and then go from there. Maybe they have a whole different plan. Probably I would have gone for like the 1-prize Cinccino. Or now that I think about it, it doesn't matter, right? Because they've taken down a 1-prizer, so going with a big bulky 2-prizer doesn't matter. They would still need to knock out 3 Pokemon at least. And with them having Pokemon catchers and access to... Okay, Lugia turns into a 1-prizer. That also helps. 1-prize Lugia V-Star because of Legacy Energy. That's funky. All the special energies come flying out of the deck with, of course, the Archeops, the Primal Turbo ability. And yeah, that's gonna be a Boss's Order. They could go for Teal Mask there. Knocking out a Teal Mask. Getting, of course, 2 prize cards with that. And then the other Cinccino can get knocked out again with the Sandy Shocks again. Forcing the Lugia player to have a boss once more. Okay, Cinccinos being established. Probably the best plan of action. Going for a boss on a Teal Mask. Tempest Dive. And off you go. You take 2 prize cards. Most importantly, you go 2-2-2. And that is the prize raise that Lugia wants to be going for. And currently with Cinccino in play and a Minccino, it's starting to look good for the Lugia player. They only need to go 2-2-2, and because Gift Energy is active time and time again, the chances of the Lugia player drawing into a boss and the necessary combo will be more and more. And they still have access to Lumineon for Boss's Orders as well, with the help of something like an Ultra Ball or Great Ball to fetch Lumineon. Okay, what are they gonna do now? They're gonna go Earthen Vessel, a little bit late to the party. Is that the Squack ability they got from the prize cards? Yeah, seems like it. Okay, they get 2 energies, Lightning and Grass. And they are definitely just gonna set up the board, and maybe they could Prime Catcher, I suppose. They could go after an Archeops. What is the best plan of action here? The Lugia with the Legacy Energy can still knock out another Teal Mask. They could go Pokemon Catcher first, see what that brings. Looks like they have eyeing up the Retrieval there to use. They're really thinking about their turn here. A really important one, because if you now fall behind, you're never going to be able to come back. There is a Lightning Energy on the Raging Bolt, and there's going to be a Boss's Orders on Cinccino. So they're trying to eat up all the rats. That's what it is. And Sandy Shocks doing it once again. Knocking it out, and that's the second prize card. So they're actually equal in price trade. The only bad thing is that Raging Ball does have lots of 2-prisers up on the field, and Ogerpon is a target for Tempest Dive, and Raging Ball can get one shot with a Cinccino. So ideally, you would try to focus on knocking out Raging Bolt first, because that's the only Cinccino left in play. You would need to hope they don't have Prime Catcher or did they already use Prime Catcher? Yeah, they use Balsazor, so yeah, that they don't have Prime Catcher or Pokemon Catcher heads. At one point, yeah, they're gonna go for the Ultra Ball. Lumineon Boss, Tempest Dive onto Ogerpon, right? And because Lugia does have a Legacy Energy, it turns into a 1-pricer once again, making it difficult for the 2-2 price trade. So here comes Lumineon, 100% Boss's Orders onto Teal Mask Ogerpon, also slapping away 2 energies from the field, making it harder because you do need 4 energies in order to knock out a Lugia V-STAR. And it seems like they just go around the Sandy Shocks, because if you don't know, there's 2 fighting energies still priced, which is very annoying. And that's gonna make an impact on the fact that Raging Bull will be able to attack yes or no, even though like Sandy Shocks could technically retreat as well. Okay. Here comes Primal Turbo onto Minccino. The 60 HP Minccino is preparing itself for the final blow on knocking out the Raging Bull that's probably going to be attacking right there. Their hand size is not too big, and they're still checking if they have access to another boss's orders. Otherwise things will... Actually, they're going to probably have to respond with a 2-prizer regardless, so that's what they're probably thinking currently. And it looks very good for the Lugia player, not gonna lie. If they just boss up Teal Mask, Raging Bull has to respond because Sandy Shock is not gonna be doing too much, and that's probably gonna be game. Because you cannot disrupt the Lugia player when they have the gift energy equipped. And also, Bloodmoon Ursaluna is also still part of the Lugia deck as well, as a one-shot opportunity for Raging Bull. So there's going to be Boss's Orders on the Teal Mask Ogerpon EX, and they're going to be equipping an additional energy onto the Minccino, trying to like make some checkmate scenario, or having a higher ounce to just get Boss's Orders. But on the other hand, the last Boss's Orders is priced. They don't know that, so they probably just gonna slap with a Raging Bolt and hope for the best. Hope they don't have Cinccino. Do they have hand disruption? I think this is an aggro list playing Pokemon catchers, so here comes concealed cards, 2 cards, here we go. Bravery Charm, you're not gonna be able to do a lot with that. And yeah, the Bravery Charm does compact that now the Cinccino needs an additional energy to slap 350 instead of like a 280, which is not enough currently. Prime Catcher, the Minccino, and they're gonna try and knock it out again with Sandy Shocks, but they don't have... Do they have hand disruption? Do they have Iono in their list? That's what I want to know here. Because if the Raging Bull player is not playing at least one Iono, it's gonna be pretty hard to come back. Is that an Iono? I think it was on the bottom of the deck. Is that Iron Bundle or what kind of card? Maybe it is Flutter Mane, right? Is it Flutter Mane or Iron Bundle? Can't tell currently. What kind of card is it? I have no idea. These alt arts are looking pretty fancy. We're gonna have to figure it out later because we will also showcase the deck lists. Oh, it is Iron Bundle, okay. This Iron Bundle could come in use if they want to play around the gift energy, right? At one point, they probably will Iono Slam there, and nothing will be able to one-shot Raging Bolt that has a Bravery Charm equipped. So they're trying to go for their outs. They're checking out their Gust capabilities. Prime Catcher gone, Boss gone, Pokemon Catcher gone. They'll have more Gust, where that came from. Another Pokemon Catcher in hand. They're gonna eye up the Super Rod, get some Grass energies back, because all of these Grass energies do indicate draw power. Here comes an attach of the turn. And another, the Sandy Shocks is monstrous, and they still don't find their fighting energy, so there is that. 2 prize cards remaining for the Lugia player. Do they have access to Bloodmoon can knock out a Raging Bolt, so the Raging Bolt that does not have a Bravery Charm, so they need balls, Bloodmoon Ursaluna, and off they go. But it's looking good for the Lugia player. So what do they need? Actually, the boss will not work. The boss is still priced, so that is not an option. They still probably just have to attack here and hope for the best. Save their Bloodmoon for later. Also, the Jamming Tower can negate the effect of the Bravery Charm. In combination with the Bloodmoon is also instantly game. The Raging Bolt player still needs to take 3 freaking prize cards. Bloodmoon Ursaluna also being slapped upon the field, and it is getting probably some energies as well from the Primal Turbo. So the only thing they need to do is either attack with Lugia and knock out the Sandy Shocks, and then just use Bloodmoon Ursaluna in combination with Jamming Tower to knock out the rest of any of the Pokemon. So they're only going to be equipping 1 Jet Energy. Don't equip double Turbo, otherwise you're not doing enough damage. All the rest is sufficient. I guess you can save that Jet Energy just in case you get trapped, because that could also still become a win condition when Lugia has burned out enough energies. You can trap something with a retreat cost, and then out of nowhere you'll still lose the game, like that Lugia with a 2 retreat cost right there. There's going to be an additional attachment. So Bloodmoon Ursaluna preparing itself for the final blow. There is the Jamming Tower and an Iono coming down to 3 cards. Pretty damn nice. Iono to 3 cards right there. Okay. Iono, Sada. That's a bunch of supporters from an Iono. You don't see that every day. Okay, and now they're counting their deck. Let's see here. That was, oh yeah, that was a Great Ball. Great Ball being played. Look at the top 7 cards. See if they have a Pokemon there. The deck is being reshuffled, and they're gonna slam with the Tempest Dive upon the Sandy Shocks, taking an additional prize card. Okay, 1 prize card remaining. Raging Bolt needs to survive, and a Raging Bolt also needs to disrupt the Lugia player now. And with the help of Iron Bundle, yeah, they're probably gonna be, they're not gonna be giving up the 2 prize Bloodmoon, otherwise nothing can knock out the Raging Bolt. So what are they gonna give? They give up, it's gonna be 1 Archeops being sacrificed here. They can now Iono to like 1 card, I guess. Jamming Tower still in play though. They need to actually get that. Iono is only gonna get, yeah, they're actually gonna get them 3 cards, which is the exact same amount as the Sada would, and you also put the opponent down to 1 card. Okay, you don't know if that last boss source is potentially priced. There is, was that Ogerpon and an energy here, and a Sada as well. So what are you gonna do about that? Gonna be the Earthen Vessel, getting Grass Energy. Fighting Energy is still in the discard pile, so there are definitely some things going wrong there. 2 Fighting Energies in those prize cards, 1 in the discard pile, and they actually 100% needed to Sada that turn because they don't get a knockout this turn. That's so silly. Like, they should have known, oh, my Fighting Energies are priced. I probably should have gone for the Sada over the Iono, because now I cannot attack. Should have counted the energy, so that's kind of like a silly mistake right there. So, there's their concealed cards. They could slap down the tail mat, but that's gonna be probably losing the game. Oh, there they go. Pokestop, 1, 2, 3. Okay, that's 3 cards. Something like a Retrieval and Super Roll would have been probably better. Or, yeah, they don't have it. They don't have ways to get the Fighting Energy from the discard pile currently, because the Superior Energy Retrieval got Iono'd away. There's the last ball. Retrieval on the bottom, Retrieval on the left, Superior as well. So there is Ogerpon EX. They're gonna try and draw it, right? Because if you don't attack here, you lose automatically. And since you Iono to 1 card, what are the chances they have boss? So there's that. Probably should have used Pokegear first. Pokegear first to thin out, use Ultra Ball as well, and then use Steel Mats to open your chance to find the Retrieval. Because now when they didn't use, is it a Pokegear? If it was a Pokegear, they 100% should have used Pokegear first. If it was a Palpad, then they're doing the right thing. But sometimes the artworks are very resembling on each other. They really look alike. All these energies in the discard pile. Where's my Fighting Energy? No. Okay. Yeah, because you always know when they don't have it, when they're taking way too long to end their turn. Then you know they don't have it, and there's no way they can come back from this, because even like Lugia can just give a little slap and that's it. The jamming tower is gone, however, so the current Raging Bolt in the active position is not being able to get knocked out, but the other ones will be. There's just a pass. That's just so sad. It could have turned out so differently if they've only known that the boss's orders from the Lugia player was still priced. Is it still priced? There's still a second jamming tower. Okay, they're playing 2 jamming towers? That's genius. Definitely makes it easier for Bloodmoon to retaliate like crazy. Bloodmoon and Iono and slapping for KO is usually what also can put you over the edge here. There's Lugia Tempest Dive for 220, and let's see. The draw of the turn. They need to get that Raging Bolt out of there ASAP. They're gonna check their discard pile like, oh, don't they have another boss's orders? What's going on here? Iron Bundle also didn't do too much here for the Raging Bolt player. The only thing it did is like pushed an Archeops to the side, but it's not helping out. They're counting their energies. Maybe they're gonna try and go for boss trapping. 1, 2, 3, 4 energies there, 6 energies there. Is there 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11? That's 8. They're counting the amount of energies. Like, they could also still boss up the Lugia with the 2 retreat cost and then win that way. If the Lugia player has less cards in deck. I suppose that is a win condition. 2 energies there. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's 6 in total. Are there 10 energies in the discard pile? Most likely, meaning you could trap Lugia, but can you win with deck out? Is that the second thing to do now? It was a Pokegear. 100% should have used Pokegear before using Teal Mask there, because now you're absolutely doing nothing. Is that a second Iono? Or did they use Palpat to get it back? If it's 2 Ionos in the list, I could understand. But they should have used it earlier so you have more outs to find your retrieval and actually win this game. Although, yeah, the jamming tower was gone, so you probably got to get away with it. So it's a little bit of sequencing that could have gone better, I suppose. Sada finally getting the fighting energy into play, and 1, 2, 3. Yeah, the boss trapping has also capability to win the games, but they don't have Pokemon Catcher, right? You probably play 1 boss, 1 Palpat, 3 catchers, or maybe 2 Pokemon catchers and a Prime Catcher. I think it was 3 Pokemon catchers right there, but they don't have Pokemon catchers, so they're gonna have to slam into this Lugia, only get 1 prize card, and then Ursaluna just eats them up. That's what it is. You don't have Bravery Charm either. You needed Bravery Charm. You're just trying to overcome the inevitable. There's a Blood Moon waiting in the back. The only thing that could have happened is like if they like gusted up the Blood Moon, slapped it around with a Raging Bolt right there. There's concealed cards. Will they have what they need? Bravery Charm. That was a Bravery Charm. That's exactly what they needed. Also a Pokestop on top of it. They're thinking they maybe are gonna be decking out there. So, okay, you need Bravery Charm. You need to knock out the Lugia, take 2 prize cards, and hope the opponent does not have Boss's Orders or Jamming Tower. There's a second Jamming Tower, just saying. This is exciting. Here comes Pokestop. They're getting their 3 cards. Okay, now they have everything. They're gonna have to use Super Rod first or something. First Pokemon Catcher can knock out the Super Rod. What did it need? 3 Grass Energies? Oh, Iron Bundle. That could be useful. 2 Grass Energies. Now you can Nuzball as well to get the Iron Bundle thrown up in the mix. Have Ultra Ball, so an Iron Bundle can push the Lugia outside, and then you can knock out. But then again, yeah, if the boss source is not what they have, that's actually a genius game plan. Retrieval. I'm gonna use Ultra Ball. What do you need to get rid of? 2 Grass Energies. Do you have? Will you have enough energies left then? Iron Bundle in the house. And now they only have 2 cards left, so it's gonna be Iron Bundle pushing the Lugia to the bench. And they're now they have to sacrifice. I would go for. cannot give away Ursaluna. You have to do the exact same thing, but you probably don't have energies enough. If Lugia doesn't have energies enough, they are 100% needed obligation to promote Bloodmoon Ursaluna, but then they cannot one-shot, so this is a very, very genius and tactful play here. So there's that. Also, only 2 cards left in the Ogerpon Raging Bolt player's deck. What a time to be watching, of course, the champions, Japan Champions 2024. Very cool to see. Okay, what next? Here comes Archeops in the active state. Do they still have 1 energy left? Or are they gonna wait? Yeah, they could also go and just say, oh, I'm not gonna attack, but then you deck out regardless, so you need to attack. So it's actually not too bad, I suppose. It's not too bad, but they will have to discard 3 energies in order to knock it out. 1, 2, 3, Shazam, and the Archeops hits the discard pile. They do get a fighting energy, and the last bosses are still in that prize card, so there's a 100% great opportunity. If they have Jamming Tower, they can actually, they have nothing. They have nothing because of the Iono and the Iron Bundle situation. The opponent doesn't have enough, and then they're just gonna slap damage, and then they're gonna win the game. Let's go. Okay, here they come. Raging Bolt finally being able, even a Pokemon catcher, just to go YOLO, and it's the heads. It's the heads. They didn't even matter. They didn't even matter. Probably not, right? Oh yeah, the Lugia had, of course, the legacy energy, so it would have mattered. Okay, Pokemon Catcher taking the game. Hilarious, hilarious. We're gonna be checking out the best of 3 series, but first of all, be sure to check out the sponsors that make this video possible. Helps out in ridiculous ways. You have no idea. If you want to, of course, have sleeves, binders, and deck boxes, use, of course, the coupon ZABLOS5 for 5% off your order. There's cardmarket.com for European players. You can buy and sell cards to people all across Europe. Use the referral name ZABLOSTCG. There is PokeTownStore.com for your TCG Live code card needs. You can use the coupon ZABLOSTCG for 5% off. And there is also yourplaymat.com to create your own unique custom playmat. With that being said, let's check out game number 2. They have opened up again. And let's see if they have a basic Pokemon. And this is game number 2. Will Lugia retaliate? That was a very close final first game of the best of 3 series. 2 Cinccino prize. You for real? Okay, that's actually insane. Okay, here they go with the Great Ball. They're searching for them Archeops. Will they find them? That's kind of ridiculous. That's a lot of energies in that Great Ball. Legacy energy in hand. They have Ultra Ball. I haven't seen Carmine in the list though. Maybe they're not playing Carmine at all. There's a second Lugia, which you probably always need to do against a Raging Bolt deck that is hyper turbo aggressive. Alright. We have a second Lugia. Are they gonna go for Lumineon as well? You do open your board with a lot of 2 prizers, but are you just gonna be attaching onto the Lugia on the bench? Ooh, this could be an easy road to victory. There's still Ultra Ball in hand though. What are they gonna have? What are they gonna have? They have Nazball. Teal Mask first, drawing 1 card. It is Raging Bolt. Well, that's not bad. You can slap down Raging Bolts. You can Vessel away the fighting energy. Yeah, you cannot one-shot because you need to set onto 2 targets. In order to get the one-shot, currently you can only have 180. So I would go just for Sada, get enough stuff in the discard pile. I would go fighting energy, lighting energy, get everything in the discard pile, then go for Squawkabilly if it's not priced. And then go from there. If not, Radiant Greninja could also do it. Unless it is also priced, we'll figure it out. So lots of Earthen Vessels this time. This time around, they're happy to find lots of stuff. You're just gonna get everything from the deck? Or just gonna 1? Yeah, only 1? Or are they gonna get another Grass Energy? Yeah, 2 Grass Energies. Are they gonna shuffle? Because Nazball is coming to town, right? Nazball for Squawk? Or is it gonna be Sada? Squawk, yeah, 100% Squawk. Just try to get aggro, try to find more Pokemon. Radiant Greninja also part of the deck. and Prime Catcher as well. So their part of their main plan currently is going for the 2 prize KO here. So yeah, they will need to find another Raging Bolt to Sada upon. Okay, they have 2 Raging Bolt, that's great. Sada already, oof. They're not going for the Squack because they have this. Now they can, let's see what they have. Switch card, and that's that. Squack, oof, huge. This is huge. Lightning energy of the turn onto Raging Bolt, Squack ability, getting rid of boss, grass, and lightning energy. Let's see here. Will they find the switch card is here? So aggression all around for the Raging Bolt player. Going for that switch card and then boom, knocking out that Lugia will be the first plan of the agenda. Also slapping down Radiant Greninja for some additional draw power. If you get Iono, yeah, I would be definitely slapping that down. They're debating on whether to slap it down or not. Maybe they want Teal Masks in play and maybe an Iron Bundle space as well. So they're not going for the Radiant Greninja. Maybe there's not a lot of energies left, so I think it's fine. Maybe saving some bench space here. And that's just, it's gonna be silly, man. They're still slapping that Radiant Greninja, that makes sense. Okay. 4 energies, bam, 240. That's just how quick the deck goes. All right. Raging Bolt, ready for action. Can Lugia respond with the hand they currently have? I haven't seen Carmine. If they had Carmine, they could have Ultra Ball Lumineon Carmine to just get themselves in some situation where things could go alright. They're really thinking about this. They're putting themselves to the back currently. Yeah, Raging Bolt pushing up, pressurizing so much draw power with the Teal Mask, so much draw power with the Greninja as well. Can they withstand it? Ultra Ball, what are they gonna fetch? Lumineon Research? Also 2 Cinccino's Pride, might I add. 2 of them, that's way too much. How can Lugia actually get out of here? It's gonna have to be Lugia with Lumineon and then Lumineon. Yeah, it's silly, man. 2 Cinccino prize. There was also a Bulbasaurus prize, and Archeops is like not too great of a prize cards, to be honest, because you need multiple Cinccino, and the way the prize cards are mapped out, they probably will only get Cinccino as soon as their second knockout. Wow. Yeah, the Lumineon will have to put in work. They're really pushed down by the pure force of Raging Bolt. Lumineon, show your face. Are there any Carmines in the list? We're gonna have to figure out the list after the game concludes, so you will get a list as well. I'll also try to put them in the description if I find the time. If they aren't in the description yet, they will be added later, so don't you worry, they are coming. They are coming to town. Okay, this is actually a very suspenseful turn. It's gonna be an Iono down to 4 cards for the Raging Bolt player. Lugia gets a whopping 6 cards. They will need like double Archeops, Ultra Ball, stuff like that to be still in the game, I guess. He's not looking great. Maybe they just hope they don't have Sada, right? So, wow, this is a very bad draw right there. They do have Archeops, but it could be over before we know it. Yeah, read the wind. Their gesture already says enough, but will the Raging Bolt player... There's a lot of energies in the discard pile as well, so there is Sada. Could this be over before we know it? 2 energies. 1, 2, 3. Can Lugia hang in there? Looks like there's not enough energies. There's not enough energies to knock out the Lugia in the active position. Can you believe it? Yeah, do they Burst Roar here or just gonna wait for another Sada next turn? Yeah, they're just passing the turn. That's huge. Lugia survives. Lugia survives. That is crazy. Didn't find any energies because they burned a lot of energies. So that makes sense. No retrievals. Is it Tails? Do they want basic Pokemon here? Maybe a Minccino, I guess. Where did they? Yeah, there's the Minccino, alright. But now they could be put in a position where... How many Archeops are in the discard pile currently? I don't like these coin flips. It's another Tails. Yeah. What Pokemon would you possibly need currently? Could get to Bloodmoon and then try to summon one Archeops. They don't get enough energies, right? They have only taken 2 prize cards, meaning you need 3 energies on your Bloodmoon. If you have an energy in hand, that could have happened. The 2 Mincinos are summoned. Suspenseful, for sure. They're gonna be manually attaching? Nah. What are they gonna do? Lugia's probably gonna be knocked out here. Next turn. They're gonna be putting a Jet Energy onto Lugia. They're gonna be jamming Tower. Research. Okay. That's the golden research. The one and only that needs to swing this game. Need to get Ultra Ball and Archeops and you're good to go. Slow reveal. They have Lugia V-Star, or they already have 2 Archeops in the discard pile. Are they gonna have to go with 1? Do they have 2 of them? Yeah, they have 2 of them, of course. Okay, here we go. We are assumingly back. And here comes the V-Star, Summoning Star, one of the most broken abilities in the game. Lugia is one of the very few V-Stars that actually is still hanging in there with all these EX domination. What are they gonna do? They did attach onto the Lugia already. They're checking their discard pile. I think Cinccino was in the discard pile, but there's 2 Cinccinos prized, right? So Cinccino is not gonna be doing anything. What can you do here? Slam with Lumineon, like manually retreat and slam with Lumineon, get yourself out of there, sacrifice a Minccino so the prize race is a little bit reverted. Could use a Legacy Energy to turn Lugia into a 1 prizer as well. Maybe that does make a little bit more sense. I wonder what they will do here. It's gonna be a very, very crazy turn. Okay, it is a Mist Energy. And then I can also use Legacy Energy to turn a Cinccino into a 1 prize Pokemon as well. Jet Energy onto a Minccino. Maybe they're playing a ticker line of Cinccino. But as long as I think there were 2 of them prized. Also really love the Team Rocket headphones that they're wearing. Yeah, Tempest Dive, 220. Will they find... Yeah, there's probably going to be another Sada, right? Do they have Sada? Yeah, Sada. It's going to be a 1-shot for sure. Three cards. Teal Mask. Retrieval as well. They're going to flood up their board and it is going to be showing that the consistent deck of Ogerpon is very consistent. Look at that, an additional card. Raging Bolt once more. Bravery Charm. Will they need that? Put it on a fresh Raging Bolt over there. They could try and go after the Cinccinos. Maybe that's something they want to go for. Man, that could potentially be... I would just knock out the Lugia, take my 2 prize cards, and then try to gust up the Lumineon. Just take the 2 prizer here. Don't care about Cinccinos. You still have like draw with Greninja, with the Teal Mask, Sada, all the good stuff. I would just slap it out of existence. And more likely, I would just get rid of Lightning Energy on the active, Lightning Energy on the Raging Bolt, and then 2 Grass Energies. Leave 1 energy on the Raging Bolt there. They're gonna Ultra Ball some resources, trying to fetch cards that they don't want to be drawing into with the potential Iono that is coming. Like for example, another Raging Ball would have not been bad because you probably want to be using Sada on 2 targets there. Because you definitely need to get a lot of energies into play. So definitely going to be discarding Lightning fighting grass, right? Because you can... Yeah. Oh, actually, they have enough energies right there already. Put 1 energy on each Raging Bolt remaining. So 2 prize cards. We are ending. We're almost there on the ending of the game. Of this best of 3. Man, Raging Bolt just looks so good. How much Raging Bolt will there be at NAIC? They can now slap with Lumineon with the Legacy Energy. Put this 2 prizer back in the deck. And then go from there and just hope the opponent, they did throw away Raging Bolt and stuff, so it's a tails. Just get another Minccino. If you have access to, I think there's 1 prize, right? So maybe yeah, the Minccino with 60 HP, is it still in the deck? Slap your, and there's still the option of getting out the Flutter Mane here. Bloodmoon Ursaluna can also be very, very good in a situation like this. And the Raging Bolt player needs to worry about getting Iono'd to 2 cards. And if they're not able to respond quite easily enough, Lugia player could still come out on top. Flutter Mane, that's actually used for the Iron Torrent EX that you might sometimes see in future box decks. Here comes the Archeops, Legacy Energy, and DTE will be enough to knock out. Yeah, they have DTE in hand, so only this one. They're gonna save the energies, I suppose. Nope, second Archeops, doesn't matter, right? Put 2 energies on, shuffle them back. Now they're gonna be putting an energy onto the other Minccino here. They're gonna be really trying to set up these Minccinos, and they really need to draw into Cinccinos from the prize cards. The Cinccinos are really what are going to be making or breaking the game for Lugia. Okay, Iono down to 2, that makes sense. How fragile is a Raging Bolt deck that gets Iono'd? Let's figure it out together. Okay, 6 cards for the Lugia player, so still hanging in there. Jamming Tower as well. They're playing 2 Jamming Towers. That's genius. Here they go. They take 2 prize cards, Lumineon being shuffled back in. Flutter Mane also makes sure that the Pokemon that is going to be put in the active position does not have an ability. Cinccino not being drawn from the prize cards. You could see the face of the Lugia player just thinking like, how can I attack now? Flutter Mane in the active though. Let's see, what do they have access to? Nazball. They're gonna reshuffle the deck. Getting another Raging Bolt in play, very good. That's very huge. They could also still use the Legacy Energy to turn a 1 prizer into a 0 prizer. Don't you forget. So this is far from over. Although it does look like Raging Bolt's gonna win this one. Iono. Huge hand size. There was a lot of energies in there, so you don't mind getting Iono here. And the Raging Bolt player getting 2 cards. They could still go for Burst Roar as well, don't forget. 2 cards, and they are Pokegear and Bravery Charm. They are not able to attack. They are gonna use the Pokegear. Why would you do that? Why don't you Burst Roar here? You've already used the supporter. So I would have Burst Roar here 100%. Like, maybe you could just reshuffle, just take out the cards you don't want, I suppose, so you have more outs for Lumineon. Just, there's a Sada in there. You could take the Sada and do it next turn, or you can go Burst Roar. And actually, I would just take the... Was that in the hand? The Iono down to 2 cards. Or was there already an Iono coming? I think they passed here, right? No. What happened? I'm very curious to see what happened. Did they just pass? Yeah, it looks like it. Back to the Lugia player, I suppose. They have lots of cards in hand, right? Okay, they Burst Roared. Okay, that makes sense. Yeah, okay. Now I'm familiar with the board state. So Bloodmoon Ursaluna preparing itself. There is Archeops. Yeah, the Bloodmoon here is definitely going to be turning itself into a one-prize Pokemon. Very huge. The second Primal Turbo activation as well. And that's going to be a very huge deal breaker. Bloodmoon Ursaluna, very tanky Pokemon. It's only going to be giving up one prize card because of Legacy Energy. So you could still see Lugia winning this game because of the power of Bloodmoon. Definitely because you put them down to a low hand size. They had the Burst Roar here. And currently in play, there are no two prizers, because of the fact of Legacy Energy. Here we go. Cinccino is in hand though, so the game is far from done. You see both players enjoying the game so much here. They're checking out the discard pile. There's still 20 minutes on the clock, by the way. So 20 minutes on the clock. Plenty of time for a third game. Okay. They can knock out Bloodmoon, and then they have to hope that the last two prize cards are both Cinccinos. That is their only hopium currently. Teal Mask, draw one card. Teal Mask, draw one card. Sandy Shock's in the list as well. Sandy Shocks as a one prize Pokemon, that could still be an option, being the one prize Pokemon attacking something with the Prime Catcher. That is definitely an option. Then you have to hope they don't hit balls, but they both have gift energies, right? As far as I see it. Also no Pokemon Catcher, no Prime Catcher currently in hand. Greninja is gonna have to get them everything they want. Nope. Not gonna happen. I'm gonna have to attack with a two prizer and hope Cinccino is not in the prize cards. Actually, it's that they didn't get them from the prize cards. That's what they need to hope for here. Yeah, it's going down to the wire here. They are whiffing the Gust, meaning that Legacy Energy will be the card saving Lugia in the second game. Because the only thing Lugia needs to do currently is attack and win. Yeah, they're checking. They're afraid of the potential Balsasaurus that is most likely will come into fruition. Being able to finish this game nice and easily. Okay, Sandy Shock's on the move. Are they gonna swing into the Bloodmoon here? I guess so. They're hitting into the Bloodmoon. Will there be a Balsasaurus here? Bloodmoon too tanky. There's Cinccino though. They can evolve into Cinccino, creating two obstacles, two attackers. Archeops. Yeah, the only thing they need is Gust. And even then, if you just attack, yeah, you can attach retreat and attack with a Cinccino, then you 100% win. If you have an additional, yeah, you do have, then Balsasaurus is enough, as well as Jamming Tower. So that's actually not too bad of a move. Double Turbo Energy, retreat, attack with Cinccino, because the Cinccino does have gift energy, and there's a research as well. Wow. Yeah, they're definitely screwed out until maybe the Raging Bull player could still Iono, but with two of these threats in play, there's no way they can win. Not a lot of cards remaining in deck. Probably can like Great Ball, Ultra Ball, tin the deck, and just hope if they get slapped with gift energy that they do draw into Jamming Tower or Gust. They can also still rely upon Jamming Tower in the case that it is not overlapped with a Pokestop. Yeah, they just take Lumineon. If something gets knocked out, you have Lumineon as the way to close the game. And Bloodmoon also cannot attack this turn, so that's why they have to retreat here. Capturing Aroma Heads. Are they getting something out? No. Do they still need to reshuffle, or is it okay? A retreat. And KO on the Sandy Shocks for 1 prize card. And let's see how the Raging Bolt player can draw themselves out of this one. What do you need to do? Knock out Cinccino and then hope. Knock out Cinccino with a Bravery Charm and hope that the Lugia player draws into all their energies. Yeah, but even then Bloodmoon can take the job as well. But you have Bravery Charm. You also need to get rid of that Jamming Tower. Get rid of the Jamming Tower and then knock out the... Oh, Pokestop drawn there. Perfect. Okay. But they also need their Iono as well. Attachment of the turn. Do they have Iono in hand? Iron Bundle. Good push. A Pokemon to the side. Okay. Pokestop overlap as well. And Iono, oh dang. Now this is interesting. Iono down to 1 card. You could push to the side the Iron Bundle there. But Cinccino probably has enough energies to last yourself. You can Pokemon Catcher. There's a Pokestop, getting a Pokegear and an Ultra Ball. Super Rod. What can you do here? 3 energies going into the deck. Yeah, attack and hope the opponent doesn't draw into Jamming Tower or Cinccino, I guess. Do you mind? This actually is one of the biggest tournaments over in Japan, so the suspense is real. How many cards did they draw? They have enough. Jamming Tower already in hand. That's just Jamming Tower and the game's done. Shutting down Bravery Charm, slapping 240 damage with your Bloodmoon is game. Doubling up on the Jamming Tower, just attack. Attack and that's done. Okay, 1-1 in this finals of the Japan Championship. So super crazy twist of events in that second game. So now we are actually gonna go down to a third match. So hopefully you guys are excited. Here we go. Okay, the last game. It's 1 against 1. So pretty much it turned itself into a best of 1 scenario currently. I'm on the edge of my seat here, seeing how this will develop. And it looks like I think the Raging Bolt player can start. So 2 Raging Bolts already in play. Teal Mask also in hand. Nazball will Squack turn out. Playing a little bit faster, they don't have that much time remaining on the clock. I think most of these Raging Bolts players are a little bit greedy, just playing only 1 Squack and then trying to fit in Pokemon catchers, I guess. Squacking away. Lots of Pokemon catchers in the hand though. Ultra Ball, probably gonna go for that, right? Vessel, 2 energies, Ultra Ball, get Greninja, stuff like that. Only 10 minutes on the clock for this game to conclude. I think like they're taking all their time. It's one hell of a finals, I'm gonna admit that. Also love the EX Emerald energies that they're rocking with. Teal Mask on the field, additional draw power, draw 1, another Earthen Vessel. Earthen Vessel number 2, getting grass, probably fighting or lightning. Attach one of them already, and then you do have your Pokemon catcher, so Gonna be the Gus that's gonna be trying to get them the victory here. Yeah, the first Lugia is already gonna get knocked out next turn. Teal Mask attach, boom, done. That's how fast it can go. Flutter Mane in play. Research, that's one Archeops. Also a Cinccino hitting the discard pile. Mist Energy, Gift Energy, and the Balsasaurus. They draw into Minccino, which is great. Great Ball and Ultra Ball, as well as capturing Aroma. These are all like all search engines. There's a Heads. Here comes Archeops, but they will of course need to Ultra Ball to get a second Lugia into play, otherwise things could go wrong very quickly. And also slapping down the Minccino here, so you can respond upon the first knockout that the Raging Bolt brings is gonna be good. Also, Temple of Sinnoh should be very, very nice tech card for a lot of decks out there if you want to beat Lugia. And with the Ultra Ball there, that's gonna be the second Archeops in the discard pile. And what are we gonna see? A second Lugia V? Most likely, because otherwise you're gonna get knocked out. Two prizers in play already. The one prize Sandy Shocks also is a cool include for the Raging Bull deck. I like it. Here we go. Professor Sada has been activated. Teal Mask, draw one. Nest Ball, probably another Teal Mask. Draw power is key. Teal Mask, another draw power, so more energies are getting flooded on the field. Radiant Greninja, not too bad of a pull. Ultra Ball, getting rid of Greninja and another Ultra Ball. And they're grabbing the one prize, Sandy Shocks, which sometimes can outswing the prize trade if you're knocking out a Cinccino. If they don't gust around it. Would you look at that? They're gonna get rid of 4 energies, and the first Lugia hits the discard pile, putting the Raging Bull player ahead. 7 minutes on the clock, by the way. Now it's gonna have to be Cinccino in action. They probably need to establish another Minccino on the field as well. Need to find Lugia V-STAR. Need to find Lugia V-STAR 2. They're debating on slapping down Lumineon, but I guess they have no other shot here. They need to find it. Also, Bloodmoon in the prize cards, not what you want to be seeing here. You could put a Legacy Energy on the Minccino, then you're turning yourself into a 0 prize Pokemon, which is always hilarious. Jacq, they're going for Lugia V-STAR, they're going for the certainty. Because if they don't have it, they lose the game. So Lugia with the Jacq being found, gonna be able to use Summoning Star. And now 2 Archeops again, flying themselves out of the discard pile with Primal Turbo. The Cinccino will be boosted up. It only needs 4 energies to knock out a Raging Bolt. Coming down to the wire here. It's a 1 prize Pokemon taking down a big 2 prize Pokemon. And it gets a Legacy Energy. It turns itself into a 0 prize Pokemon. Wow. Okay. They really want to win the prize trade that badly. So Raging Bolt knocked out. They take 2 prize cards. Raging Bolt player could gust around, knocking out Lugia, knocking out Lumineon. That could be the game plan currently. They weren't Iono'd because the Lugia player used Jacq. Okay. It's gonna be Sandy Shocks taking down a 0 prizer? Is that what it's... Nah, that would be... Try and promote... Ogerpon with the 1 energy and then... Nah, it's gonna be Raging Bolt. Raging Bolt's gonna be taking it. They have Pokegear. They have Pokemon catchers though. You have to rely upon the luck of the Pokemon catchers. They do have Boss's Orders as well. For certainty, because now they can attach Fighting Energy. They can equip some Grass Energies in play as well. So I love the superior energy retrieval here. Getting so many things back all at once. There's going to be Draw Power, attach of the turn. Very suspenseful. Teal Masks, draw 1. There's an Iono. Teal Masks, draw 1. Fighting Energy, just certainty of boss. Certainty of boss or just try Pokemon Catcher first. Try Pokemon Catcher? Nah, certainty of the boss. Bossing up Lugia, knocking it out that way. Because the legacy energy is stuck on the Cinccino, meaning that Lumineon will not be skedaddling itself out of there. So it is Lumineon stuck on board because the opponent actually is... The Lugia player is actually not playing Collapse Stadium. That's crazy. Okay, and now we're in a situation where the Cinccino can knock out the Raging Bolts. You could Iono them to 0 cards, and then you did draw your Bloodmoon. So if they don't draw themselves out of it, you win. Because there's a lot of energies down in the discard pile already. If they don't draw into like... And at that point, they would need Gust and Sada, and they already used their boss. So that's why they use the certainty of the boss. Okay, so now you can like Sada and Pokemon Catcher if need be the next turn. Yeah, this is going down to the wire. 2 minutes and 40 seconds left on the clock. It's 1-1. This game will 100% conclude. Oh boy, who's gonna win this one? They're checking their options, checking the discard, all that stuff. Yeah, it's just gonna have to be Iono and then your 0 price Cinccino, which can definitely help. Still, Lumineon is up on the field as a liability. Capturing Aroma, finding Lugia V-STAR, not that it matters. Okay. The Bloodmoon also being prepared with Gift Energy. Might in the deck as well, because those are like the only 2 options you have. Like getting everything comes down to either Bloodmoon or Cinccino takes the last prize card. Depends on if the opponent is able to respond to this Cinccino. And you will see that the screen record will actually end here for the Japanese official YouTube stream. But there is gonna be a conclusion 100%. This is not a tie or anything like that. There is a conclusive winner here. And yeah, that was it. So what happened there? Let's just put ourselves to the end of the video right there. Here we are. So what's gonna happen here is that the Lugia player slaps down the Iono. So the Raging Bolt player gets 2 cards. It's like Nazball, Pokestop, and another card. They use Pokestop, can't find a Sada or anything. They discard 2 energies and they get something they don't want. And that's why they were not able to respond with an attack. And the Lugia player eventually was able to win the the Japan Championship 2024. So you do see the power of a 0 price Cinccino. You do see the power of something like Iono. If you don't draw out of it, you lose. And now we're going to be checking out both deck lists, because that's something you really want to be checking out here. So big shout out to Hikaru Kobiyama for winning with Lugia. This is what the Lugia list is looking like. We do, of course, see that they are not playing Wellspring Ogerpon. They do play the Flutter Mane for potential Iron Thorns EXs and 2 Jamming Towers. It's what is making this list super nice indeed. The energy wise, they have like 4, 4, 4, that's 12, 15, 16, 17 energy, so more energies than average. They have only 2 Great Ball, they have a 4 tree line of Cinccino, and only a 3 tree line of Lugia V-STAR, but it seems to be sufficient, and no, not a single copy of Carmine. I personally am a bigger fan of Carmine, but yeah, this is actually what won the 2024 Japan Championships. The second place from Yushi Makino is a unique list on the Raging Bolt, including, or actually incorporating an Iron Bundle in there. Also, something that is quite keen is the Superior Energy Retrieval and the 2 copies of Pokemon Catcher. Also 2 copies of Iono in the list, and that's pretty much it. So you see 7 Grass Energies, no Bug Catching sets, just 4 Nazball, 3 Ultra Ball, just making sure that you can get enough Pokemon into play. And also do love the 1 prize Sandy Shocks, 4 copies of Ogerpon as well. So there is that. So hopefully guys enjoyed this long video of the the stream from the Japan Championships, and it was a very nail-biting game indeed. And it does showcase the power of both decks. Lugia has the versatility, Raging Bolt has the pure speed and aggression. Have yourself a fantastic rest of your day. If you enjoyed the video, let me know by rocking the hell out of the like button. Helps out in ridiculous ways. Only takes 1 tiny second every time as well. So I would be very, very grateful if you would do so. Also, go check out our sponsors that make the videos possible. DragonShield.com for your sleeves, binders, and deck boxes. Use the coupon Decklists5 to get 5% off your order. YourPlaymat.com is a unique website to create your own unique custom playmat. PotownStore.com for your TCG Live code card needs. You can get 5% off on everything on the website using the coupon TCG. And CardMarket.com for European players where you're able to buy as well as sell cards to people all across Europe. Have yourself a fantastic rest of your day, and I'll see you guys tomorrow for more Pokemon TCG awesomeness. Peace.